station used to supply the two searchlights with power. This is how Robben Island used to look on the right side before the trees were planted. Indigenous vegetation is called vapors. Trees are not indigenous from Robben Island. They were brought from Australia, especially the eucalyptus trees.
That's the name of it. They call it a dankboge in Afrikaans.
Oh yeah.
In the shade.
And in possession of unlawful arms, ammunition and explosives. You are free to take pictures. Inside that bathroom, there are 3 showers. We were forced to wake up early in the morning at 4 a.m. in order to accommodate ourselves. If you didn't get a chance to wash, the authorities will lock you in solitary confinement. You will not eat the whole day, you will eat the following morning. And during those years, we had to wash thrice a week during Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. The other 4 days, there was no water here on Robben Island. And we had to wash with cold water, even during the winter season. And also inside this cell, there are 2 intercom radios. These 2 intercom radios were used to gather the information inside the cells. If you are discussing something politically, the authorities will come in and victimize us. In order to stop that victimization, we decided to cover these 2 intercom radios with blankets and put boxes so that the authorities cannot hear what we were discussing. People like Nelson Mandela spent 18 years here on Robben Island, sleeping on the floor using those 2 beds. And there were no beds, no sheets, no pillows. They were eligible to receive only 3 blankets. 2 blankets were used to replace a sheet and a pillow. So they were allowed to sleep with 1 blanket, even during the winter season. And during those years, there were no glasses inside those window frames. And the rain will come through inside the cells. Here in Cape Town during winter season, there's a lot of rain, it's very cold and windy. Other people got the diseases like TB and pneumonia. And when they got out of this prison, they died. And the ex-political prisoners went on hunger strike for many days without food, demanding that all political prisoners should get beds, and the authorities responded after 15 years, where all political prisoners were allowed to get beds. As I have already mentioned that, my original name is Sparks, but during my arrival, I was given another name, as all political prisoners who recently arrived on Robben Island, like Nelson Mandela, had never been called Nelson Mandela. I myself was called 5683, and Nelson Mandela was called 46664, and we were given a yellow card. On that yellow card, they will write your new name. That was the yellow card that was given to us as political prisoners during our arrival. But it was not big like this one. It was a very small card that you can put inside your pocket. That was the yellow card of Billy 9. who was serving a 20 years imprisonment here on Robben Island. And he was charged for sabotage. And his new name was 6964. So Robben Island, where they will use sticks, shambox, punches, and also kicking you. And also there was what they called in Afrikaans, 3 days, where you'll be locked in solitary confinement the whole day with no water, no food. You will eat and drink the following morning. And there was a 30-day special diet where you'll be forced to eat only porridge for a period of 30 days. A soft porridge with no sugar, no salt, no milk. A soft porridge that you can easily drink. You will starve for 30 days and will be eligible to receive only 2 meals, breakfast and supper, after you have completed your 30-day special diet. You will be forced to consult a doctor because you will be very weak the time you finish your 30-day special diet. And also there was only one doctor here on Robben Island. The doctor only comes once a week during Wednesdays. So if you are sick on Thursday, you will face the consequences, or rather you have to wait the following Wednesday. And after some years, C-section was turned a university. After you have completed your matric, you will be sent to C-section, where you pursue your degree or diploma studies. And there were few political prisoners who were allowed to study. Education was a privilege. So C-section consists of 14 single cells. Plus there were 2,000 ex-political prisoners who were locked here on Robben Island. They will allow few political prisoners to study. And if you want to study, you have to write an application. And the application will take years for a response. So you have to wait for 2 years or 3 years. People like Nelson Mandela managed to pass his LLB degree through those conditions. And he wrote his book, The Long Walk to Freedom, without the consultation from the authorities. And his book was found, and he was published. They didn't allow him to study for 4 years. And there was a youngest political prisoner here on Robben Island. During his arrival, he was 15 years old. His name was Diham Moseneke from Gauteng province. And he continued his studies here on Robben Island. And now he is a judge. And also there is this section for those who were arrested in Namibia, who were led by Toivo. They were brought here on Robben Island to serve their sentences. There is also EFG sections. Those are the communal or general cells like this cell. This first picture was photographed in 1997 during our second reunion as political prisoners. Our first reunion was in 1995, where we discussed about Robben Island. What are we going to do about Robben Island? Because all political prisoners were released in 1991 May, we decided to turn this place a museum. That's why it's called Robben Island Museum. Mentioned there in F section about the segregation of ex-political prisoners. And during those years, people like Nelson Mandela were mixed with common law prisoners. The motive for the South African government thought that if they mixed common law prisoners with political prisoners will be turned criminals and they will forget about the struggle. But instead, the ex-political prisoners politicized the common law prisoners. When they got out of this prison, they joined the forces and fought against apartheid. In his book, The Long Walk to Freedom, and the authorities found his book and he was punished. They didn't allow him to study.